What are the risks if you don't win your personal injury case? That's the topic of this video and a question that I get from clients day in and day out who are concerned about negative consequences of setting up a case and pursuing a claim against someone that has injured them or some entity that has caused a dangerous condition. So the topic of the subject matter of this video will address only pre-suit. So in other words, prior to the filing of a lawsuit. And that encompasses almost every single type of personal injury case. They almost always settle without having to file a lawsuit. It's certainly not a guarantee, but the odds are absolutely in your favor that the case will settle without having to actually sue or file a lawsuit. And so this encompasses primarily car accident cases, maybe truck accident cases, motorcycle cases, or even slip and fall cases. So when a client comes to me and they're uncertain about whether to set up a claim, I go through the analysis and they ask me about what are the risks here if I don't win, what are the risks if I don't recover any money. So from a legal perspective, in terms of paying a lawyer, that's really the first factor in the equation. And in personal injury cases, all personal injury cases, at least at my office in St. Petersburg, Florida, we do not charge any fees or costs unless we recover money on your behalf. So there's zero risk in getting us involved. You don't need to feel guilty about, oh, I don't want to put you out your time to investigate this. That's our job. We're happy to do it. We're experts at it. And so in order to take on the case and at least explore it, it's not a big deal to us, and people don't need to feel guilty about getting us involved. So there's as far as the legal fees and costs, zero risk to a client if you don't win at the end of the day. Now, in my opinion, the biggest concern, although it's also a very minimal concern, are medical bills. And so if you're involved in a car accident or truck accident, you're going to have PIP insurance to pay up to $10,000 worth of your medical bills. And the way that works, it's 80% of your bills up to $10,000. So there may be some bills left outstanding, factoring that 20%. So that's something that we always look at in setting up a case. And I can tell you that I've been doing this now almost 20 years. If in fact there's PIP insurance and they've paid out to a provider in a certain, basically that 80% and covered their statutory duty, which is almost always the case, I've never seen one of the doctors that I've sent a client to on a personal injury case chase someone or ask them to pay that remaining 20% of that bill if there's no subsequent recovery against the other person. So again, if you hire our firm, there's almost zero risk. I mean, I would say it's never a guarantee, but I've never seen a provider actually ask for that 20%. So again, you're not going to be facing anything out of pocket at the end of the day by setting up a car accident claim. Now, there comes a little more risk when you're dealing with a premises liability claim like a slip and fall. That's why we try to run most of our medical bills on slip and falls through the health insurance if you have it, and then we'll deal with the lien on the back end. But because slip and falls are a little bit tougher, there's no money out there like there is in a car accident or a truck accident to pay the $10,000 up front. So we like to really watch those bills on those premises liability cases. But again, if you've been injured and you don't have health insurance and you need medical treatment, you might as well take a shot at it. And we'll tell you at the front end whether we think it's a viable claim. We'll relay that to a doctor who's going to treat you, and if they're willing to take the risk, normally so are we. So at the end of the day, we're talking all pre-suit. There really is extremely minimal risk to going out, getting yourself checked out, and getting a personal injury attorney involved to evaluate the case and maybe take it on. So hopefully that answers your question in terms of the risks if you do not win your personal injury case, but we're counting on you winning your personal injury case if you hire us and recovering some compensation. So hopefully that answers your question.